It's finally here! It's finally here! It's finally here! Hi everyone, Jamie here from Starter Riot, and welcome to Emo Christmas! Thank Fuck It's Friday! So this week, brand new, finally announced, leaked, and released their fifth and probably final album, Science Fiction. It all started with an announcement on Tuesday with very few details. They announced a vinyl of the fifth album was available on the website. They also announced a tour which has gone on sale at various stages this week. Many people were unable to get the album. Some people got the album after the website crashed. It came back, it went away, it came back, it went away. Eventually, there was a section of the website that said the vinyl was limited to 5,000 copies. Now, whether that is true or not, I'm not quite sure. Then sometime on Thursday, people started receiving CDs through the mail from Procrastinate Music Traders, brand new label. This CD contained one track of over an hour long titled Science Fiction. A few hours later, brand new confirmed this is the fifth album and is now available to digitally download. As for the album itself, It's fucking brilliant. It's such a weird album, but it definitely follows down the rabbit hole that Daisy went down. When it's quieter, it's much quieter. There's a lot of very sparse tracks on this album, sometimes even just Jesse and a guitar. And on the rare occasions that it does go loud, like 137, the production feels even more massive than Daisy did. Mike Sapone's done another killer job on this album. As I kind of suspected before the release, none of the tracks released before this album have been included. That's no Mene, no I Am a Nightmare, not even Sealed to Me, which was only previously encountered live. In fact, there aren't really any tracks on this album that I would see being released as a single as very brand new, to be honest. Can definitely hear huge Modest Mouse influences in this album, as I could in Daisy as well. That's no surprise, the two bands have played together on numerous tours. I even think that Isaac Brock, singer of Modest Mouse, does a little guest spot on Same Logic / Teeth. It could just be Vinny doing a really deep voice, but it really does sound like the Modest Mouse singer. I've just got so many feelings on this album that they're probably best served in a standalone video, but there is much more to come from me on this album. Now, just a note on the vinyl variants. People are speculating how many variants there are. There's definitely two. The current version that is on sale is known as the standard vinyl, $27 or 30 English pounds. The variant that was on sale on Tuesday, people are speculating that there were two waves. The first wave before the website crashed. These might be the 500 people that have received CDs of Science Fiction from Procrastinate Music Traders. There was the section of the website LP5 which did say that the vinyls were limited to 5,000. That was only up for a very short amount of time. So there's either two variants, the 5,000 pressing, which is the limited vinyl, which I think, considering it's $45, will be something similar to the Deja Entendu Record Store Day package we saw with a lyric book and stickers and patches in there. Or there's three variants. There's a 500, then there's a 5,000, and then there's the unlimited standard vinyl. Personally, I think it's probably the 5,000 variant and then the unlimited. I think 5,000 is a limited enough number that it is limited vinyl and not super exclusive like 500. Even when brand new have done limited runs before, they're generally around 2,000, 2,500. Also, another mention of that tour, quite a few dates around the US, just 3 dates here in the UK and Ireland, Dublin, Glasgow, and London. Again, will these be the last brand new dates? I don't think so, because for one, they're in 2017. They've already said they're finishing in 2018, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see them do a huge world tour before they go out. You know, they've got to earn their pennies before they go. Wouldn't be surprised if you see them on some huge festival bills next year. They've already played Glastonbury before. They've already played Coachella. I think we'll see them on more bills soon. Guys, I want to hear what you think of this brand new album. Does it live up to all your wildest expectations? Is it better than Daisy? Is it better than Deja? Is it better than your favorite weapon? Is it even better than The Devil and God Are Raging Inside Me? No, don't be stupid. Of course it's not. Seriously though, get your comments in below. I want to hear from you, the rest of the brand new crazy fan community. I want to give a shout out to both brand new fans and brand new archive on Twitter. Both excellent resources for delving into the madness that is brand new's release schedule, if you can call it that. And is there any point covering any more music this week? Yes, of course there is, because there is loads more great music that has come out this week, and here is some of that. In case you weren't depressed enough after listening to Science Fiction, Julian Baker just announced her new album. It's going to be called Turn Out the Lights, and it'll be out 27th of October on Matador Records. It's the follow-up to her beautiful and incredibly melancholy debut album, Sprained Ankle. She's also shared the first track from this new album called Appointment. Now, a word of warning, a public service announcement. If you are feeling emotionally fragile, for instance, if you've just listened to a certain kind of depressing new album that's just come out, I wouldn't necessarily recommend listening to Julian Baker right off the bat. She is an incredible songwriter, and there's just something about the combination of the tone of her voice and her guitar tone that is really simple but so beautiful and so enrapturing. It hits exactly the right spot just to give a massive twinge in your chest. She's probably the best songwriter I've heard since Bon Iver's debut album. Really looking forward to this new album. She's also doing a huge world tour later this year. Another fantastic record that's been released today, Wallflower released their second EP, Where It Fell Apart. If it had come out any other day of the year, it probably would have been the best thing released on that day. Ironically, if you are a fan of brand new, especially the Devil and God era, then you'll probably be really into this EP. Also reminds me a little bit of the Benz or OK Computer era Radiohead. It's got that same kind of weirdness mixed with incredible melodies and hooks. And there's clearly a lot of time and effort gone into the songwriting and production of this EP. Splintered is a fantastic track that was debuted a few weeks ago. My Words off the EP is also an incredible song. Definitely go check out this EP. They're going to be on tour later this year with the Movie Life as well. Turnover released another new song called Bonnie. Brackets, rhythm and melody. It's another new song off Good Nature, which drops next week, the 25th of August. By now, it's definitely clear that this album is a massive departure from their first album's sound. Whereas Peripheral Vision was more of a pop-punk band doing a dream pop album, this is definitely just a dream pop album. It's an album which is basically going to be the antidote to science fiction. If you're feeling really depressed or your soul feels kind of heavy after that album, then you can put this on as a nice palate cleanser. It's really light, it's really enjoyable, really summery. It's just all around a really chilled album, and I definitely think that's what Turnover were going for. I'll be really interested to see how these new tracks translate live. Some of the songs off Peripheral Vision, like New Scream and Take My Head, still had quite a bit of bounce to them. It'll be interesting to see if this album does get a little bit boring live, maybe. Might be sacrilege to say, but we'll definitely find out sooner or later, because they're doing a whole world tour in autumn. Weezer just released a new song, Mexican Fender. It'll be off their new album, Pacific Daydream, out October the 27th. Now, Weezer must just be the weirdest, most inconsistent band in the entire world. If you put all their albums back to back and listen to them all, you would not believe that it was the same band all the way through their career. They have said they're going to release a really experimental album called The Black Album, but that definitely isn't this one. Jake from Modern Baseball has released a new song with his solo project, Slaughter Beach Dog. It's called Golden Green. It'll be on his upcoming second album called Birdie, which will be out on October the 27th. This is obviously for fans of Modern Baseball, specifically the first half of Holy Ghost, especially the quiet tracks on that, like Hiding. Also reminds me a little bit of Bright Eyes. I think this is a great interlude from Modern Baseball. Obviously, we all want to hear more Modern Baseball. We all want to see them live. It was a bit of a bummer when they cancelled their US tour for those fans, and also when Brennan pulled out of the UK tour. But I think what we all want to see is a healthy and happy Modern Baseball back on the road. While those guys are focusing on doing that, I think it's great that we can still hear new music from Jake, and that he gets to go out and play those tracks live. Converge released a new song, Under Duress. It's from their upcoming 9th album, The Dusk In Us, due out November the 3rd. It'll be their first new album in 5 years. It will also feature the track I Can Tell You About Pain, which was released a few weeks ago. The band are headlining Arc Tangent Festival near Bristol tonight. Swedish dream pop band Makthaversan released a new song, In My Dreams. It's off their upcoming 3rd album, imaginatively titled 3, out the 20th of October on Run for Cover Records. Seriously, are Run for Cover just going to become a dream pop label that also releases Citizen Records now? Death From Above released a new song, Never Swim Alone. Off their upcoming 3rd album, Outrage, is now out September the 8th. Looks like it's going to be a good year for fuzz rock with this, new Mets and Bully on the way, and that Meatwave album that came out earlier this year as well. Cloakroom released their 2nd album, Time, well on Relapse Records today. Haven't had a chance to listen to the whole thing, but the first singles were very promising. Kind of shoegazy emo. They used to be on Run for Cover, so you know, you get the vibe. Fresh have released their self-titled debut album today on Specialist Subject Records. Really great band. The singles Fuck My Life and I'll Be Back were excellent. Really looking forward to hearing this album. Definitely check it out if you're into the rest of the Specialist Subject roster. And another new band from the South Coast, Death by Shotgun, released a debut single, Forget About It, this week. It's from their debut EP, Life's a Beach, which will be out on the 1st of September on Suicide Notes. And if you feel like you haven't heard enough of my voice, I don't know why you would have, then I am on a podcast which is released today. It's called Bitch and Brew. It's by the man Danny Randon, a journalist for Upset and others. Excellent dude, great podcast. I was really psyched to be a part of it. It was recorded a few months ago, so if I do say that Paramore aren't the greatest band in the world, then please know that it was before After Laughter came out. And that's all we got time for this week. I'm gonna go and listen to Brand New another 500 times. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it to all your Brand New mad friends as well. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend sitting in a dark room sobbing, listening to Brand New. But for now, thank Brand New it's Friday!